Hello all. This is Jacqueline here again with another grow video to help you on your spiritual journey for African American excellence. It's AA. AA always stood for excellence. So, what I want to talk about today is as we get on this spiritual journey, um, and we're okay, when you're in church, the pastor preaches often about the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit. And I remember thinking, okay, we got the Holy Spirit. I've always been plagued by ghosts and haunted houses and other spirits. So where do they come in at? So I've learned on my spiritual journey that we have good spirits. We have good ancestral spirits, and we also have bad spirits. We have to give a respect to that evil realm in a sense. And when I say respect, I mean leave it alone. Because we don't want that to permeate in our lives. Remember, people, as you what the words that you speak over yourself, the words that you speak over your marriage, your children, your job, your household, your finances, that's what happens. So the tongue speaks life and death. So be careful of what you say. And so, as far as with the tormented souls, I believe that tormented souls, and this is deep. So I believe that they have lived a life where they were not redeemed, where they were not sorry, where they were tormenting others, and in some way came back as a tormented spirit. So when you think about, and this is when I pray and meditate and get the answers that I get, when you think about a child, like in a place like Romania, or a child that's born severely deformed, or where someone doesn't want them, and they just live a life of torment and agony and pain and suffering. And to me, that is like a tormented soul, because why else would God allow that to happen to a child? Okay, go with me now. I deal with, in my past job, my when I was working, I dealt with people who were developmentally physically disabled, and they were always happy and joyful, and so just wonderful group of people to be around, except for one particular gentleman that I knew. And he was Caucasian. He was severely disabled. He had had a very bad life, a very bad childhood. He was severely deformed, and he was always, from what I learned from the social workers, he was always angry and miserable his whole life. And as I'm interacting with him and trying to, um, on a daily basis, and transporting him and caring for him, what I get in return as I'm approaching him, he automatically spits on the ground when he sees me coming. And it's not just spit, it's a trail of spit that blows in the wind, and sometimes it would try to get it in my direction. And I just would think, as nice as I try to be, it was the worst that he got. And so I'm just thinking now, thinking back on that, that's a tormented soul, to just want to torment. And he knew what he was doing, to want to just torment others, or just do something to just hurt someone, or just know that you're going to hurt someone, and if you're okay with that. To me, that's a tormented soul. That's a person who's lived a life of misery. Okay, so just go with me now, thinking that I'm correct. Okay, why would you want to live a life of a tormented soul, a daily life of hell? Because I'm going to tell you, when you think about leaving this world, if you think you're going to a lake of fire or something like that, no. You are going to live a daily living hell, a tormented soul. Just like if you ever have dealt in the supernatural realm and have had the opportunity to be uh, had a ghost or spirit like that deal with you in life, you know that I'm speaking the truth, that world is out there. So there are these spirits who never rest. They never rest, and that's a tormented soul. They may come back, they may not. Who knows what happened with them? But what I know is they're tormented. And what I do know is that I don't want to become a tormented soul. I want to get it right. So I want to help you to get it right. And how we get it right is we begin within ourselves. We start within ourselves. How do we act? How is your heart, number one? Is your heart cold? Are you angry? Are you bitter? Are you upset? Because only you can control your destiny. Only you can then change your environment. Yeah, you may have a conviction on your record, but that does not define you. You know, that creates the person that you are going to be. Because that conviction don't hold you back from anything that God has waiting for you. There's nothing no one can do. Not even you can stop what God has waiting for you. Not even you can stop the plans. Because he says in his word, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So God has good plans for you. But in order to get into that right there at the X is right there. But we take side roads. We got to delve off into different directions. We fall off track. We start doing our own thing. We let go. We take over the wheel. We push God out the way and take over ourselves and start doing. And there we go, falling off. And Lord, what happened? Well, you didn't push the Lord out the way. Just like school. The God is not in school anymore. God was in school when I was there. I learned how to act with my teachers. I knew to respect my teachers. I knew what was going to happen if I didn't. We learn respect from home because God was taught. God is real. For those out there who said ain't no God and we came from fish, I feel sorry for you. I truly do. I pray for you that you get it right. Because you may come back as a tormented soul as a fish. So you need to get it right. You know, we need to start with ourselves. The heart is number one. The heart is number one, starting with yourself. Mend that evil heart. You got to change your evil ways. Like Santana said, mend that evil heart. Fix it. You know, for real. I'm gonna tell you. I got. The Lord is dealing with me. He's dealing with me, dealing with me, dealing with me. Because I got mad at my daughter. I was waiting on her. We were gonna go get coffee, and I'm outside waiting on her. And she didn't know I was outside. She in the house waiting on me, waiting for him. She didn't know I was ready. So I said, well, I'm going to get my coffee. I'll be back to get her. As soon as I pull off, the song come on. You got to change your evil ways. And that's true. I turned right back around and got my child, and I explained to her what I was getting ready to do and told her I was sorry. We have to recognize when we do wrong. Because I'm going to tell you something. It takes two to act a fool. You have to recognize, what do you do to contribute to make your husband act the way he do? What have you done? What did you say? Where did you go? You know, in a marriage, ladies, you two are legally responsible for one another. So he needs to know where you are. You need to know where he is. I mean, if you didn't get married to bring it together, why did you get married in the first place? Don't waste his time. Don't waste her time. Find somebody that want to do what you want to do. Find somebody that want to do what you want to do. Don't waste each other's time. We supposed to have talked about all this before we got together. It's not mine. It's not his. It's you together. You're a couple. You are together. It's not one and it's not the other. It's a compromise. It's not 50-50 all the time either. Sometimes you just got to give. You got to put in. It ain't no, well, I cut off here, there you go. It don't work like that all the time. But sometimes they can't pick up the slack. So you got to pick it up. You got to carry. That's teamwork. That's how you work a marriage. That's how you work a relationship, ladies. That's how you do it. You just put in, just like you do with your children, just like you do with your job, in front of your boss, in front of your supervisor, in front of your coworkers, in front of your customers. You put in your all, and therefore you are giving honor to God. You're living in glory. You're living in honor. You're living righteously. Okay, so till the next video, I love you. Peace to you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Like, share, and subscribe. You can reach the Grow Program at Jacqueline at growprogram.org. JACQUELINE at growprogram.org. Till we meet again, be safe.